What's good, world? What's good, Boxing Voice? This is your boy Chandre again, stopping in. I guess I'm always on your channel, huh? I actually like your channel, so and I like the fact that we agree to disagree without all the negativity, so that's a good thing. And I hit you up on your number. I thought it was a cell phone, so actually I text you, so my bad. But I left you my number also in the inbox. Your video, I thought it was kind of biased. I think it's catering towards Pac fans. I guess that's why you did it, right? Pac fan. I just want to touch on a few things. I heard you mention some things about the fight, and yeah, once again, the fight is off. It's crazy, but it is. Okay, during their little meeting they had on Tuesday, there was also a stipulation in that the judge ordered a gag order, saying no one was to comment on anything that went on in the room, and if someone violated that and spoke with the press prior to everything being ironed out and finalized, then the judge can issue a statement saying as to whether or not this person's statement was correct or whatsoever, and the judge can actually say what happened in the room. Now, with that being said, Bob Arum never could hold his tongue. He loves to talk. Just like me. I love to talk. So, Bob Arum issued a statement to BoxingScene.com saying that Mayweather and his team made it impossible to make a deal. And so that they were going to go on and pursue a fight with no longer Paulie Malignaggi, who they claimed they were going to fight. They went ahead and said that they were going to fight Yuri Foreman. Okay, so once he issued that statement, the judge was no longer bound by the given gag order because the judge could rectify the statement made by the sayee. Is that a word? Sayee. Oh well. Anyway, so the judge issued a statement saying that it was not, well, it was a whole lot of legal precedents, legal mumbo jumbo, but it translates to this for the IQ impaired. Mayweather's camp was not the reason the fight did not continue on. It was still Manny's insistence on the blood test duration prior to the fight. That's basically what the judge said. So, I actually have a nice little document here. One of my UK friends looked out for me with a little bit of information in regards to that. So, as we all know, Mayweather haven't issued any statements whatsoever about anything. I come to the man's defense a lot because it seems like the whole world's against him, and it's kind of crazy to me, but hey, I guess everybody choose who we choose, and we like who we like, so it is what it is. Now, this is an official statement from Floyd Mayweather, and it says, throughout this whole process, I have remained patient, but at this point, I am thoroughly disgusted that Pacquiao and his representatives are trying to blame me for the fight not happening, when clearly the blame is on them. First and foremost, not only do I want to fight Manny Paquiao, but I want to whip his punk. Boop. Yeah, that's a curse word. 3 letters. Before the mediation, my team proposed a 14-day no blood testing window leading up to the fight, but it was rejected. I am still proposing the 14-day window, and we're still unwilling to agree to it, even though this is obviously a fair compromise on my part, as I wanted the testing to be up until the fight, and he wanted a 30-day cutoff. The truth is, he just doesn't want to take the test. In my opinion, it is Manny Paquiao and his team who are denying the people a chance to see the biggest fight ever. That is not a heavyweight fight. I know the people will see through their smoke screens and lies. I'm ready to fight and sign the contract. Manny needs to stop making his excuses, step up, and fight. That was a statement issued by Floyd Mayweather. And now, folks, I have more. Yet another statement. But before I read this statement, I want to say this, which will lead into this statement. Everyone talks about how Floyd Mayweather, he's ducking Shane Mosley, or he's ducking that person. Okay, Shane Mosley challenged Pacquiao. Pacquiao never said anything about that, right? Or no one ever said, oh, well, Pacquiao, why aren't you fighting Shane Mosley? Nobody said nothing about that. And I think all that stuff is garbage. Everything is extremely biased around here nowadays. Manny Paquiao, they issued a statement in which, once again, I'm very adamant about saying that I think it's mostly Freddie Roach. Roach has been directing Pacquiao's career for his last 4 or 5 fights. Like I said, once again, putting him up against sluggers or people that will be right in front of him so he can hit. Now, the Manny's quick, and yeah, he has a little stamina. And if you stand and engage with Manny and you're brawling with him, you're bound to get caught by a punch. That's with any brawler or any slugger that you're with. Somebody's going to get hit. And so it just so happens to be the individuals that's standing there with no chin. And they get their ass hit. That doesn't make this man a great boxer. And Voice, you know it, but you just don't want to admit it because they have millions of Pac fans out there, and it makes your channel look good with the compliments they give. That's crazy. So they went ahead and announced that they were going to fight Yuri Foreman. However, Pacquiao all of a sudden decided that Foreman was too tall for him and he didn't want to fight him. So that fight's off too. That's crazy too. Then, you know, Pacquiao was supposed to fight Paulie Malignaggi. They got mad at Floyd for even whispering Paulie's name. Someone else said it. Actually, his team didn't. They said Floyd was going to fight Paulie. Then all of a sudden it was a bad fight, but it was okay when Manny was getting ready to do it. Come on, man. What is it? What is it? I still blame Freddie Roach because listen at this now. Freddie Roach talks about Mayweather always ducking people. But, check this out. Statement from him. This is by Terrence Dooley, by the way. This is a statement issued by Freddie Roach. Trainer Freddie Roach has poured cold water over Amir Khan's mandatory WBA junior welterweight title defense against the hard-hitting Argentine Marcos Maidana. Roach today told The Sun that he believes that Maidana fight is a high-risk, low-reward bout and that it should be avoided for the time being. Roach was quoted as saying, "It's a business and it's about the right fights at the right time. There are some good fights out there for Amir. He can outbox Maidana, but he's tough, he's a good puncher, and you don't want to exchange with him too much," revealed Roach. So see, Roach made Amir Khan give up his belt, vacate his belt, to not fight an individual that, quote unquote, could beat him. So if he's doing this to a young, up-and-coming boxer, make the man's dreams were fulfilled to get the belt. Now you're going to take the man's belt, have him throw his belt away because of a mandatory defense of a person that you say is too good for him. You're saying yourself it's a business and it's about the right fights at the right time. But when they guide Mayweather's career in a certain way and say, oh, if you fight this person, but you can get it this here, and that's it. But if you fight this person, you can move your way on up, and then you can fight for a championship belt. So people call that ducking. But Freddie Roach here clearly is stating something about ducking a person, right? Now all of a sudden boxing is a business because Freddie Roach say Freddie Roach is not God. Pacquiao is not God. Come on, man. Just because this dude is getting this recognition does not mean everything he says and does is right. This is proof that he is not right. So if he's having Amir Khan duck his mandatory challenger and trash his belt to avoid fighting the guy because it's a tough guy, then it seems pretty clear to me that he knows Mayweather's not going to go toe-to-toe and brawl with Manny. And the chances of Manny actually catching up with Floyd enough to hit him and hurt him are slim to none. And Manny will get his ass tatched like Marquez did. Marquez took Pacquiao tooth and nail, even though he got knocked down, still got a extremely close split decision, and fucked Pacquiao up a little bit. Excuse the curse word. Twice. Okay, so people talk about the blood test and all that stuff. They had taken a blood test once with Manny when people always throw back back to Morales. So I'm going to bring that up real quick. I got a couple of seconds. They brought that up. They took the blood test, lost the blood sample, so they called him and told him they need new blood within 2 days of the fight. He claimed it makes him weak. Mayweather's offering you 14 days. Take the blood test. Times change. It's 2010. People say, oh, blood tests aren't needed, this, that, and the third, da. They weren't in the past. Done. Things change. It just so happens Manny and Floyd will spearhead the change. And that way blood tests will be done throughout. Get at me, leave your comments. And what you know about Berto and Mosley. I'm picking Berto, by the way.